Welcome. This is a special holiday edition of Say Something. I'm Renee. I'm the co host. And you've seen me throughout this year as we have filmed our sessions. But this year, we know it's been hard for everyone, and we didn't want to close out this season without making this a special edition. This edition is a mother daughter's edition. I have a guest, and this guest, I know her pretty well. It's been a minute, as they would say, and this young lady is a runner. She is a brand manager, and she has a lot of interesting stories, skills, and I'd like to say I am so proud to say that this edition I'm co-hosting with my daughter, Sharda Maddox. Now, I know I'm learning a lot about her these days, but I want her to jump into the frame and share some things about her because I'm still learning
Every day.
every day.
No, you nailed it. Unretired runner. That's my phrase.
What does that mean?
I came out of retirement. I stopped running for a period of time, which happens when someone retires, and I emerged and better than ever. So I kind of call myself this unretired runner and a marketer.
1 minute.
Yes,
Go back to the running.
yes.
Long distance, short distance,
Oh,
sprinter.
long. Started with mid distance,
Mm.
as you know.
Mm.
Mama, I want to run.
I was a track mom.
The best track mom, best next. Started with actually started long distance, middle distance, few sprints, and yeah, blossomed into a long distance runner, long distance African American female runner, woman. But yeah, marketer. I think we've grown into a wellness, you know, I don't say fanatic, but devotee or just, enthusiast around wellness and holistic well-being. So I think that's something that I like to really kind of introduce myself as, and for sure, a lover of matcha and sometimes coffee.
And I know a little bit something about your eating habits.
After being under the same roof for 4 months, you, I think, have seen it firsthand. The as my dad likes to say, the intentional, mindful eating habits, maybe.
We're both vegan
Well, I like to say non-dairy, no meat.
or plant based.
But then when you say plant, okay, yeah, plant-based vegan, sure.
So, as you heard our little intro, we want to welcome you to the 2020 Mother Daughter edition of Say Something. And we want to recognize that for all of us, it's been a really hard year. We know that the holidays will not be the same. We can be in the same space because we live in the same space. So
Yes, this close.
we can be this close. And we know that even as hard as it's been, it's an opportunity for us. It's an opportunity for reflection. It's an opportunity for us to share what we've learned. This is a chance for all of us to, I would say, during this season, and the season that's usually symbolized by light, that we can share our light and our goodness for each other and for others. We really thought that this would be a special time for us to shed light on how we've grown, how we've connected, and the different experiences we've had as mother and daughter. It's been a special time for us, and we've also have connected with people who've had their share of grief and loss, and we are paying our respects for all of those who have lost their loved ones. through a variety of ways. And we are just extending our heart and hands out to folks and say, yes, we're here giving you, we hope, some level of comfort. And we're hoping that this holiday season is an opportunity for us to see how it can be filled with gratitude, with giving and joy and love and safe celebration. So we want to jump into this segment because we have been planning for this, and there's a lot of new things that has happened in our house. And you've
Like the tornado that came through your house 4 months ago.
which we haven't named the tornado.
The tornado that shall be nameless.
is Sharda Maddox. And Sharda made a conscious choice 4 months ago to leave New York City, which has been her home for,
Just a little over 13 years.
and come back to her LA home. And it was an excited time for my husband and I, because it was like, wow, she's coming back home. We wanted to welcome her back home. And
Can I just say, not just a welcome, but you renovated my entire high school bedroom. Ceiling fan, walls, new floor. So that's what I was welcoming.
recessed lighting,
Recessed
new
lighting.
closet. Well, we were welcoming an adult child. So we knew that this was going to be a different time for us as parents, but a different time for us as a family. We were thinking, oh, the band is back together again. And we said, okay, let's make this different. But we also found ourselves during this season, and this is the first season in a long time that we got to celebrate all of our birthdays together. So Sharda's birthday is in September, mine's in November. My husband Anthony's, her dad, is in December, and we haven't done that in a long time. Rituals are very much an important part of who we are as a family. And I just want, to give you some space to talk about how the holidays are different for us now that you're back. And what is different this time?
Well, I think one of the big shifts in this period is the time we've had together. And you said this a couple of days ago, where we haven't spent these many minutes a day and hours a day since I was an infant, 3, maybe 4, before I went to school. So I think that idea of time with family has a new meaning. The hours, the days that you spend around your family, day after day after day. We've been saying this feels like Saturday for the past 4 days, but that idea of time, I think because we are in the same space, we're able to really talk about the rituals and the traditions that we have talked about in the past, and how, what we want to create, which ones will stick, what they mean. And I think us being around each other, kind of going back to this all the time, connection, it's an ongoing conversation. So I feel like we talked about traditions, not necessarily specific to the holidays, but family traditions and family connections and family growth and intergenerational wealth and, things, all of that has been part of the holidays.
What's some rituals that stand out
around during the holidays? I think recently, or not recently, but past couple of years, building the menu. What are we going to eat? And I just think that the process of building that together, and I think there's so much meaning behind just food in the household and cooking, and whether it's codfish cakes, Nady and Nana's version of it, or learning how to, take your jambalaya recipe and remix it, with something I've learned, right? I came back, what was that? Oh, black pepper. I said, when did you start using black pepper? And so even just that small spice adds meaning, or not meaning, it adds a different kind of taste to the dish. But so yeah, so that's kind of the cooking. I think getting the tree, and this year was nice where
That was
you've
fun.
always wanted to get the tree right after Dad's birthday, but either I was in New York or I just feel like I always miss the actual getting, picking up the tree or selecting the tree, bringing it back home. So I think that was nice to just be, want to get the tree together, or today when we kind of went to Home Depot and got it. That's not a sponsored ad for Home Depot.
It's okay.
Let's see, other traditions. Yeah, the tree.
Decorating
The tree. Wait, so decorating the tree. But this year, 2020, we knew that we weren't going to New York to see Nana, so we brought her to us for that, which I thought was so special. Where you put up your FaceTime, put up your iPad, had FaceTime on, and we decorated with her. So I think that was really, really special.
I like looking through the ornaments we've collected over the years.
The ones that I made when I was 2 and
handmade, with her signature. So there was, this sense of this collection of ornaments has meaning as we decide what goes on the tree this year, what color lights we want to put on. So it becomes a real creative family process, and it's complemented with great Christmas songs or holiday songs. Your playlist, which is always okay. Couple songs from the playlist.
Let It Snow, This Christmas, Oh Holy Night, Joyful. I'm saying not joyful. Mm-hmm. Joyful. Luther, anything. Luther, the entire Christmas album. Anything before the 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
That's key.
So great playlists and great wine. So just the experience during this period, experiences has been the top of my list. How do we create an experience as a family? How do we, dinner time is really special for us. Mm-hmm. So having that time to come together around the table and have conversations where we're checking in with each other, seeing with each other, thinking about what's special, gift giving,
no gift giving this year.
Yeah, we're at a stage that, you want to have the experiences before having a gift. Now, don't get me wrong. We all like gifts.
Check your stocking.
So we
in our house, the stockings go up when the Christmas tree goes up. And when the stocking goes up, gems and gifts and presents are dropped in the stocking. And I feel like it's a check your stocking week, where days go on where you can always find something in your stocking. Okay, that's enough. But yes.
So this time together, over the past 4 months, it seems like we've been preparing for this holiday in a very special way, because we were getting used to each other again, mm-hmm. Getting to know who she is as an adult child in your house, sharing space, who's washing clothes now, who's using the dryer now, who didn't wash the towels. Okay, I'm sorry to bring that up.
That would happen once. Dang, I can't. I'm trying to earn my keep in this house.
She is. But we're noticing what matters to us. What are you noticing?
Noticing what matters. I think you're really getting to know, I feel like I'm getting to know you guys, mm-hmm. And who you truly are, because when I left in 2003, meaning, I went away to school, I was 17, probably wasn't talking about much of anything, let's be honest. But I think in this time period, it's been getting to know you guys and seeing your work and seeing your expertise and seeing you guys in so many different aspects, and not just the parent role, right? Not just seeing you as my mom, or just seeing you as, seeing my dad as my dad, but seeing who the layers, right? Who's, my mom, Renee, Dr. Renee, Mrs. Smith Maddox, right? All of those titles, I'm seeing that, and I'm seeing how you're switching hats throughout the day. So that's been, I think, just really rewarding. Or I've always believed I've been beyond blessed and fortunate to have not just two parents, but really incredible parents, but just the parents, right? And I think now being in this household, I'm seeing the people, the beings, the spirits behind the parent.
Wow. I like the way that sounds.
But and I mean, it's the old saying about you don't know someone till you live with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think when you get to know someone, when you're coming into the space as your authentic, wholesome self, right? Because then you're able to really, you see me, I see you, and that to me has, and it's been 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting to learn, like, oh, that's my mom, oh, my dad, oh, you're starting to, I'm learning things about you and how I see you take care. I mean, I've always seen you take care of yourself, or not, you've always taken care of yourself, but seeing you, that's never an argument, but how you care for yourself, self-care, and seeing you on a daily basis. Because I saw it when I grew up, seeing you work out and take care of yourself and take the right, supplements and eating right, but just seeing that on a daily basis. So yeah, I like that. I'm like, oh, it's only 4 months.
I want to talk about this self-care piece because it's interesting. Again, what do you notice? And what are we noticing about each other, and the routine and the discipline that I see you have about your self-care. And I can see how many of the routines that we do independently are the same, or sometimes I find out, oh, what product is that you're using?
Always in my drawer.
And so I learn about a new product, that a new eye cream,
Eye cream is really
yeah, a new cleanser for my face, and the fact that we are all into movement, and to see us all get out every morning, and I would say thanks to you, you've been our coach. So when you have a runner in the house, um, if you don't run, you're going to walk somewhere.
You burn more calories walking.
You're going to walk somewhere, but it's that sort of encouragement and understanding of the mind, body, soul balance that I'm seeing we all have, and it feeds into how we start our day. And also, I see how it feeds into your work and how you interact with your colleagues. When you're in a household sharing spaces during this Zoom era, you hear the conversations, you hear at least from your side, the meetings and how you engage in people. And I see your creativity, I see your brilliance, I see all of that in hearing conversations that you're having with colleagues, and then how you then tell us about projects you're working on. So, and so it's a side that you don't see usually, when you're sort of seeing people intermittently. So seeing you as often as we see you, we know day to day what's happening with the project, how it's moving forward, how you're instrumental in moving it forward, how you're connecting with people, how you're responding to people, the things that get you excited, the things that get you frustrated at times, and having that conversation with you, it's such a gift. It's such a gift to be able to have different types of conversations that help me learn about, well, what would I do in that situation? Or you asking for advice about a situation, and now I'm asking you for advice about certain situations and what should I do? You have any thoughts on this? And to just hear your mature adult self emerge, it's great. It's really great. And so I see habits, I see your reading habits. I see you wanting to adopt new habits. I see you want to reconnect with the cello. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm going to have a live concert here soon.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. So there's so many different things that happen, the fact that we have another driver in the house. I'm not keen on driving. So it's great to have another driver.
You don't like that. That's the New York, the Brooklyn in you.
So it's really a joy to going out and saying, well, what's in your bag? So tell us, what's in your bag? What are the things? The essentials?
Lip balm, Lip Doctor, which I got from Detox.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely moisturize. I have been putting, I didn't tell you this, but I've been putting the rose water mist in my bag after I take off my mask to help with hydration. So that's been one. And that's fairly new. And then the third, just something for my hands, because you're always washing your hands, sanitizer.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, everything just to keep me, healthy and moisturized on the go.
Yeah, for me these days it's a mask.
Oh,
I'm just keeping it in my purse. The sanitizer. I'm starting to be mindful of what sanitizer I use because some are so drying that I want to have some that have a little bit of aloe and and keep my hands moisturized. Tissues, and so I think that these times have gotten us think about, wait a minute, what's in that bag before I leave, which is something that I don't think is going to change for a while. So For a minute. What are you reading these days?
Ooh, The Revolt of the Black Athlete.
All right.
It's being an athlete. Being Black, it's interesting. Just the highs and the lows of being kind of those two, being described as a Black athlete in America, and what primarily I'm fairly in the beginning of the book, but primarily what young Black men, and they focus on mainly football and basketball, but what they go through and throughout their longevity in the sport, or the time in the sport from Pee Wee to NFL, and so and being a conscious Black athlete. Muhammad Ali is woven throughout the piece, as we all know for what he did. But yeah, it's
a good piece for this time also.
Yeah, and I just read, not read, but I saw a headline that even the Olympics now is allowing athletes to protest freely, finally, right? And so it's interesting to see that happen when you're reading about what has happened and what has happened to Black athletes for taking a stand, and standing up for their rights and for people. But yeah, that's another say something.
Yes. I have several on my nightstand.
I was like, what are you reading?
Well, I have several on my nightstand, or soon to be on my nightstand. So it's Caste by Isabel Wickerson.
We're reading that together.
Yes. And Hood Feminism. That's another. And then Diversity Inc., because of all of the work that I do in the DEI space. Pam Newkirk did a great book looking at the billion-dollar industry and what it has done or hasn't done and what still needs to be done in the DEI space. Great piece. And the newest edition is Obama's book.
I was going to do a whole little...
Yes. Promised Land.
Promised Land,
Yeah.
which is underneath the tree.
Which is
Bizarre. That's the Christmas gift.
Yes. So that's happening. So yes, so much to read, and wow, we have time to read these days. So I'd like to do, well, some call it a lightning round.
Or hot seat.
Hot seat. Let's do it.
Okay, so hot seat. So quick.
No thinking.
No thinking.
First thing that comes to mind.
Thing that comes to mind.
All right, let's do it.
But it's okay. A couple questions.
Okay.
And or. So you just or right. So just boom.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Where's it gonna go?
I'm ready.
Okay. I have it on my phone.
Okay.
Okay. How do you unplug Netflix or turning off your phone?
Turning off your phone.
Movement, exercise, running, or yoga?
Both.
Meditation, quiet meditation or guided meditation?
Guided.
What's your caffeinated drink of choice, matcha or coffee?
Matcha.
Not cortado?
On occasion.
Iced cortado with almond milk.
Or oat milk.
Okay. That wasn't supposed to happen. But
okay.
Last bonus. Who inspires you the most?
These days, my 95-year-old, or soon to be 95-year-old mother. Got to give her all the praise and recognition. And I know that when I look at us, I see my mother in us. And she's still teaching us. She's still showing us the power of love and gratitude and prayer and meditation, self-care at soon to be 95.
Incredible.
Yes, incredible. So I have to bow down to Dorothy J. Drayton.
Okay, so your turn.
Okay.
You want to use my phone? Or you want to use their phone?
All right, I think this will help. This is the new age thing to do. Okay.
Okay, we're not looking.
Okay. How do you prefer to exercise during the pandemic? Inside or safely outside?
Outside.
All right.
Easy.
What has gotten you through the pandemic? FaceTime or Facebook?
FaceTime. Yeah, FaceTime.
What's your form of activism? Posting a black square or speaking up?
Speaking up.
All right.
Sure. Black square the black square was cute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you vote?
Absolutely.
All right. Yes. And another family moment. It was a special time this year as a family.
Oh,
actually
together
going through all of the ballot measures, really understanding the platform of the candidates, discussing our perspective. Why would we vote? What do we value? What's important? And that was the first time that as a family we came together and had those kinds of conversations, which were absolutely special.
We disagreed on a couple of things.
It was a good discussion.
It
was a good discussion. So as we think about closing out, what are our takeaways for this year? There were many, and I think there's nothing like the love of family and family time and time with friends and reconnecting with people. What about you?
Time. Reconnecting has been a big theme for me, and just reconnecting old friends, some family members. Reconnecting with myself. So I think just overall reconnecting.
Mm-hmm. I think another thing that gratitude has always been part of my life, space, the way I think and approach life, and what you taught me. But I know you had a gratitude journal.
Oh man! So I started a gratitude journal beginning of the pandemic. I think it was April, and I started 5 things. Some would just be, heat or water or eating that, in that day. And yeah, I've been every day doing this. It's amazing to flip through pages and pages and books. Now I'm on the second book of things, people, experiences, feelings that you're grateful for. So when it gets dark, I just go back to that journal. It's really great.
Self-care, self-care, self-care. can't say it enough. And there's many different versions, and finding that
Mm,
self-care where you are at that point is so important. Being still,
mm,
the monkey chatter, the busyness, the tension of the days, the chaos, the frustration, the uncertainty, had to unplug, be
mhm.
still, and just connect with meditation and the power of meditation. So important. Managing expectations.
Mm,
During this time, you have to go with the flow.
mm.
Got to go with the flow.
Can't say it
Things,
again for the people in the back.
yeah, got to go with the flow. Sometimes,
Ooh.
maybe more often than not, things won't be the way you expected.
Mhm,
And being patient, and being ever so patient with yourself and with others. Forgiveness, forgiveness,
mm,
forgiveness. Find it in your heart to forgive and create space for people to connect. And decluttering. I'm
mm,
in a minimalist, essential,
mm,
clearing out so you can make room and make space for things that really matter, for new things, to
mm.
be expansive, to be creative. Um, and those are just some of many that come to
Can I
mind
add one more?
always.
Empathy,
Empathy.
because we've talked a lot about how fortunate we are,
Mhm.
very fortunate during this pandemic, but you have to realize there are so many people who just aren't in this situation, or you just look at what someone else is going through, and maybe not necessarily always looking at from kind of a negative, but just really understanding where another person's coming from. That's been a big one for me.
Well, I hope we sort of look at this years from now and be able to sort of pull out the nuggets and gems. I hope you received some gems today. We're going to close out this segment with a wish, a holiday wish, a season wish, a new year wish that's filled with gratitude, love, good health, safe celebrations, prosperity, and nothing but good.
Mm.
So until we meet again, as we get ready to usher in 2021, we're wishing you peace, love, and many blessings.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime. It
This
was a
was
treat.
great.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.